Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to The Shank is Intact. My name is Patrick, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Not detecting today, but we are standing in my little museum in my relic corner. So, I have been asked by a few people, do I sell anything that I find? What do I do with the stuff that I get to keep that I don't give to the landowners? How do I display the things that I have? And yeah, so I thought I could knock all of those things out in one video. First of all, no, I do not sell anything that I have ever found. Things that I have found I have either kept or have been given to the landowners if they wanted things. And in some cases, I've even made boxes for landowners who said to keep everything just because, you know, they might live right on top of the history in the case of some Civil War sites especially. So, here we are, standing in the relic corner, my relic corner. So, December 25th, 2019, my wife Jessica bought me a Garrett Ace 400, and I got a Garrett pinpointer, and just 3 days later, December 28th, 2019, I started on my very first permission. So, I have it right here. This was from my very first permission, first box we'll look at. The very first thing I ever dug myself with a metal detector is right here. This very large rosette. So that is awesome. Disclaimer real quick, you will see that lots of my boxes are tags, have blue pieces of tape on them. That is because a lot of my sites, I have written the actual either address or the, street name or something like that, just so I never forget. So that's on to one of the other questions. How do I display things that I find? Well, just like that. So I have everything in display boxes everywhere, and everything is labeled. Now, some things are not labeled because they are from spots like for DIV, so there's videos on that. You all can research and know the locations. Don't go trespass the farmer. I'm sure they do carry weapons, or at least, will chase you. So yeah, so that's my first site. That was the very first thing I dug with a detector. So let's look at that a little longer. Don't think if I pointed at anything specifically. There's some old Victorian era locks. There's lots of Civil War type stuff. This arrowhead, the homeowner found several arrowheads and gave me one for the display. I've also given him a few items out of here, but he told me I could keep everything. That site has since moved on to new owners, so we hit it pretty good though. But yeah, so also from that site, there is this button came from there, and a few others. I think it's up here. There is I don't see it, there it is, Cadet VMI button and this Virginia cuff button. Beautiful. So, that is how I display things. Now, if we go over to here, we will see we started on the YouTube 5 years ago. Here I am, 5 years ago. Shortly after, I think it was my second or third permission when I decided to start documenting and putting stuff online. But since then, we have filmed a bunch of stuff. So, this one. If you guys haven't seen this video, History After the Dig, go check that out. Come over here and you can see one of my very favorite finds is this guy right here. This is Old Grog. This guy, you see the painting of him and his exact pose on the button there. That is Vice Admiral Edward Vernon. And he is actually who Mount Vernon is named after, which is pretty exciting. Lawrence Washington, George Washington's half-brother, served with Edward Vernon in the Battle of Jenkins' Ear, and after that, and his serving with him, he decided to change the name of Little Hunting Creek was the name of Mount Vernon before they named it Mount Vernon. So, pretty exciting. If you haven't seen that video, like I said, go check that out. Oh, here's Joe, of course. So, thought I could use this as a little show and tell by looking at the videos and saying, hey, I have that. Ooh, boom. So, our colonial site, the site that I've shared a few videos on, I'm sorry about that, this is from there. Sorry about the glare from the glass, not much I can do about that, I just cleaned it, and I don't want to take the drawer out. It's one big drawer that's in this coffee table. This site, we have it aptly named Betty's, but that's just because we don't know who they would have been, but from the scissors and such like that and the times, we were sure there was women there as well, so we just named it that. But there's that pipe there, and there's tons of pipe bowls and pipe stems, and that thing that Joe found while we were there, he gave to me for my display. Lots of coins, lots of pottery. There's the scissors right there that came out of the one pit. Unbelievable. So, yeah. That's that site. And if you haven't seen anything on that site, there's those videos. There's this video. There's these older videos down here where it's still there. But if you come up... let's see. Oh, this one. Dirt Covered Memory. So we were digging in Kelly's Ford at a paid dig. Guy owns the property. Here's the stuff from Kelly's Ford down here. Right there, the few things I've got in there. A little watch fob pipe thing. And that is actually a chunk of food. That's hardtack right there in the middle. Soldier would have ate that. Got a nice chunk of that. So I haven't messed with the box because I'm sure it's going to start crumbling. But here's my bottle from there. That bottle right back there came out of a pit at Kelly's Ford these guys were in. And they were gracious enough to go, hey, you guys you never found a bottle? You should get in here and find a bottle. So check out that video. It's got a bunch of views, so you might have seen it already, but there's where it sits. Let's see, anything else that's like super notable? Oh, History After the Dig number 2. If you haven't seen that video, and you might not have because it only has 370 views, but that made it in a magazine and everything, and that's right here on this wall. Yeah, and there it is right there. Yeah. Amazing. That is off a Revolutionary War artillery pouch. And that's one of the belt strap ends. And it actually says Royal Artillery right on it. I went back this year, and I have a video on that. Did not find any other pieces. I was hoping to find maybe the other belt strap end because it would have told us the regiment. That'd have been awesome to know. But we don't know. Mimi just came in. She wants to talk. Speaking of magazines, so you may own this one. And I made the cover of that one with this heel plate, my first, and it was a nice heart, and we all know the lore of those. In the relic corner, I have some awesome photos from different sites that I've taken. Something amazing about the hobby is, and you might know this, of course, is the sunsets and the sunrises. Sometimes you're at spots super early or super late, and you get to see things you might not see if you were just, sitting inside. So, yeah. Oh, on the wall over here, to the left of that, I wanted to show you, is a big detailed map of the Battle of Chancellorsville. I had that. I just downloaded that for free from the U.S. Archives, and then I think it's like $26 or something like that to print it at CVS, and it is photo quality poster paper. It's actually pretty cool. What else can we talk about? Let's see if there are any more clips here that I might say, oh, check it out. Well, I've got coins and the silver, but yeah, so let's look at a few things we didn't see. So we saw the coffee table. We'll look over here. Here's my chair that I reupholstered for my relic corner. Thought I'd show you all that. You can see all the blue tags. So all those are covering, like I said, so I don't give away the exact location. So here's a bunch of stuff. Sorry about the dust and such like that. I tried to clean up a little. You find sheds when you're out there. Here's the Battle of Freeman's Ford. Been there twice now. You can see my 2 different tags. So there's lots of, here's my last time at Brandy Rock. And here's all this stuff here. There's a bunch of pottery underneath there. There's some buttons and a bunch of bullets and some more coins and some more stuff there. And there's that. And the cat's still here. Here's a bunch of colonial. There's a 1 real in there. And here's a half dime and a little piece of cut silver in there. Here's another site. Yeah, and then over here. Oh, here's, we'll move this one. That was the first site I showed you. Let me put this back where it goes. It's pretty heavy. Slide it back in here, out of the way. And here is our most recent site that we're still hammering before the solar panels go in. Jessica's stuff from that site right there. She's only been a few times. Beauregard Farm, as I was trying to show you guys earlier. Been there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. And I love it. It's the only place I found a Civil War buckle, Civil War breastplate, so much other stuff. Here's a just a box from a camp, and here's another site right here, and there's 6 or 7 sites right here. Here's from my 4 trips to Liberty Hall. Pretty cool. There's some more stuff right up here. We got a few things, aerial shot of the house, a few other collectibles, a few other photos. Campbell's soup, grilled cheese and tomato. Got some stickers stored over here. Oh, a couple more sites right here. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. And then these are some of my special things. These are all military buttons that came from one site. A few more things over here. A display I made right here from a local battle. Some of this stuff went to the owners. Some more stuff over here. All of my Digging in Virginia DIV parking passes and maps and everything is in here. So I have people message me. Sometimes we have a dig that we had a dig last year at, I think, Freeman's Ford we went back to, and I had people messaging me right after it was announced where we were going. Hey, do you have a map from last year or a map from last time? And I'm like, yeah, probably. I have to just go take this off the wall and get it, but they're all in there. So, well, my collection of bullets. So, it's only a few. I've dug a lot of lead, but these are each of these represent a different caliber or kind, and they are just like good examples that I dug. A few special buttons and things here. My DIV display here, John Kendrick, he turned these on the wood lathe. Pretty cool. Got my DIV 50 special buckle right there. A gentleman, I think it was Dean, spun these out of wood, from the wood from this tree. So I guess I wasn't clear on that. This and this were made from wood from this tree, which was a witness tree. There are pictures of that tree in the Civil War camp from the era, from the war. And we actually, could dig right by this. This little jar here, though, every time I dig at a DIV, one bullet from the site, I pop the dirt out the back of it, and I've been filling this little jar. Just kind of being weird about it. Here's Coles Hill. I got into the firing range for a couple days and dug a ton of lead. Another little display right here. This is where I do most of my relic cleaning and everything like that. Here's my collection of books. Got a few good ones in here. There's a couple more down here, and I also have a few boxes over there. But yeah, so I think that's everything. A nice map right here in Mine Run. Yeah, so that's everything. Oh, there's more coins right here, and the special display, of course, is right here with just some things. This little tiny bottle you may remember seeing in a video. Some more stuff down here display. I cleaned that guy up. He's starting to get a little, I'm going to need to wire brush him and run him through the wax again, probably. That happens, though. And yeah, a few buttons up here, a few good coins. Just some things I've wanted to keep out. One of my favorites is that droop-wing eagle right there. But yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking it out. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys this cabinet. I think we skimmed by it. But there's this cabinet right here. This one has a little light in it. My buckle I dug, and I dug this at a different site, but I've dug both pieces now. There's there's another carbine sling buckle over here, but he's folded up. But here's I'd say that's my top Civil War relic besides the droop-wing eagle button. So that's a wreath from a CS tongue. CS tongue would have went in it. So that's the wreath side. Cool little timer up here that I dug. That's a Dan's property. He's building a house there now. That's awesome. Yeah. So I think that covers everything. If you have any questions or want to ask about something, how I display it or what I did to do it, or like I said, I like to keep every box. I have a box from everywhere where I was allowed to keep stuff, and it's labeled for that site. So that's how I do it. Yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of rambling, but just want to make sure I covered everything in this video. Thanks, guys, so much. Hit that subscribe button if you want. And, well, maybe next week, I don't know if I'm going to be Joe and I think we're trying to get out this coming Saturday, so there could be a video next week. We're going to hit an old site with some new settings. The settings we've been using at Solar Panel Junction. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Say bye, Mimi. All right. Bye-bye.